What's going on YouTube? Links Forte, coach of the Hillsborough Honedge of the Pixel Dream League. Just wanted to bring you a team introduction. I know I've already had my first week battle. I wanted to get this team intro up a while ago, and I've just been busy and slightly lazy. But I figure with my second battle coming up soon that I will go ahead and show you guys all the members of my team. First off, we have Megalopony. Megalopony was my very first draft pick. I picked it up in the first round. I immediately said, I want Megalopony. I wanted a fast Pokemon that's a hard hitter, had a very few counters that it couldn't handle on its own. So that was my thought process with Megalopony. You guys know what this thing does. Fake out to get a Mega Evolution off. A high jump kicks everything. It has some other things it can do, like baton pass, substitute, things like that. But I think mostly for me, it's just going to be hitting hard and wrecking lives. From here on out, I don't remember where I drafted these Pokemon, but we're just going to go in counterclockwise. So next up is Sableye. Sableye I picked up because I wanted that annoying prankster user. As you take a look at the rest of my team that's on the border, you can kind of determine like what it was I may have been going for. Sableye, Will-O-Wisp, Taunt, Knock Off, Recover, Toxic. It stalls you out, but it has some other tricks up the sleeves. As you guys saw in my first battle of the week, I used it with a Sunny Day set. That set actually has no attacks on it, so Sableye causes so many problems for the opponent, so I just kind of wanted to have that on my team. Next up, I have Durant. Durant is a fun Pokemon. Many people have seen Durant be used as like a Truant entrainment. Truant, if you guys don't know, is a notable ability for slacking. It makes you attack every other turn, and Durant has that ability as well. But the thing is, Durant can get rid of that ability, pass it on to its opponent, and take advantage of its base 109 speed and its really good attack stat. But Durant also has the ability to baton pass things. It can set up home claws. If it has things like X Scissor, Iron Head. This thing hits hard, is fast, and that's another thing I wanted on my team, is another fast, hard hitter. Next up, we have Nidoking. Nidoking, the OG Generation 1 Pokemon, one of my favorite Pokemon since the beginning. It has grown on me. It is in UU and Smogon standards, but in a league format, because it is so versatile, has a wide array of moves, it is easily one of the best Pokemon right along there with Nidoqueen. In my opinion, top 10 Pokemon, no doubt. Flamethrower, Earth Power, Sludge Wave, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball. It has coverage. It's gonna be an issue for anybody you come up against. They have to plan for Nidoking, because if they don't properly plan, it handles their team. It just rips through it. I had a battle last season. Nidoking was on my team last season, and it just ripped through my opponent's team. I believe it got 4 or 5 kills, and once it got on the field, it stayed on the field. That was it. I'm not going to mention my opponent's name because he would be very upset if I said that, but he's a really cool guy, great battler. I just don't think he was 100% prepared for it. I think he was expecting me to bring Choice Scarf Nidoking, and I instead brought Life Orb. That's the other thing. You can easily bluff Nidoking's set. You use an attack, and they think you're Choice Scarf, so you want to bluff the Choice Scarf, so you switch out. It's Life Orb. It hits hard. You can just stay in and switch your moves up. Nidoking is such a great Pokemon with other things like Toxic Spikes. You don't see that too many times with Nidoking, because you see that mostly with Nidoqueen, because Nidoqueen has slightly better defenses. But it can do that as well. It can phase out opponent with Dragon Tail. It can go physical with Poison Jab, Earthquake. But it doesn't really have the ability to abuse Sheer Force on the physical side, though. Next up, another Pokemon that was on my team last season is Sylveon. Sylveon, I had to bring it back. It recently dropped down to UU, but this thing is such a great Pokemon. Pixelate Hyper Voice. You can go offensive with a choice specs. You can go physically defensive and set up some Calm Minds. You can go specially defensive just to support your team with heal bells. nothing more to say about Sylveon. It's just such a good Pokemon to use. Opponents have to prepare for it as well because they don't know what set you're going to bring. As you guys saw in the last battle, I brought a Baton Passing. That was Calm Mind Baton Pass, but I just immediately used Baton Pass with that set. Next up, I have Reuniclus. Reuniclus, for me, does pretty much the same thing as Sylveon, but it is somewhat of a one-trick pony. You usually see it with Calm Mind, Recover, Psyshock, Shadow Ball, or Focus Blast, depending on what the team needs. The thing is, Reuniclus also has Regenerator and Magic Guard for abilities. And the third ability is escaping my memory, but Overcoat. Overcoat is the ability I used in the last battle because I was fearing Sleep Powder and I wanted to be able to set up on my opponent. But it's basically a one-trick pony with Magic Guard, set up some Calm Minds. Although it does have, the Regenerator ability and other things like that, it can do what needs to be done for this team. Next up, Mega Houndoom. You guys saw what it did in the last battle. 5 kills. In the sun, this thing is so dangerous. It's a fast Pokemon, base 115 speed. Hits hard. It's a wall breaker. Not too many things can stop it from doing what you want it to do. You just have to put it in the right situation because of its ability, Solar Power. You kind of need the sun to put it at its best. It can work pretty well without the sun. You just have to set up a nasty plot, as you guys saw that I did in the last battle. Next up is Seismitoad. I believe Seismitoad was one of my last 2 or 3 picks. It got down to the end, and I was like, I don't have a water type Pokemon. The water Pokemon I wanted, I believe, did get sniped from me, and I believe I was going to pick up Napoleon. I can't remember. I wanted Napoleon, I'm not going to lie. But I'm perfectly fine with Seismitoad. It has that 4 times weakness to grass, but it's not a big deal. It can do a various of things, set up rocks. Swift Swim is an ability, so it can set up in the rain. You guys see I have Sableye, Prankster, Rain Dance. I've already used Sunny Day. There's no reason why I can't use Rain Dance. This may be a thing in the future. People watching this video that are in the league, they might see this. I don't care. You still have to stop it. And you guys may think I'm being a little cocky. I don't care. I'm confident in what I do. I'm confident in my battle abilities. So someone beats me, they beats me. It means the way I see it, it means I either got outplayed or I didn't prepare enough. And it's possibly a little bit of both. And I never look at it like, oh, I overpredicted. I look at it as I got outplayed. Anyway, Seismitoad is a pretty good Mon. It's in the RU tier, but it can work well in the OU tier because of the Swift Swim ability. It has pretty good defenses. The only thing lacking about Seismitoad is it can't go fully physical, which would be the best thing for it, because it lacks a offensive physical water attack, which the only offensive physical water attack that you will ever see run is Waterfall, and it doesn't have access to that. Next up, I have Volbeat. Volbeat was one of those things where it's like, you want to pass, you want to use Baton Pass to switch off to pass a stat boost to a Pokemon, and Volbeat is one of 2 Pokemon that has access to Tail Glow. If you don't know what Tail Glow is, basically it increases your special attack stat by +3. So if I were ever to have Houndoom and Volbeat in a situation and I can get Houndoom up to +3, it's possibly that no one can stop Houndoom. Everybody knows that's what I was planning. There was no secret. So Volbeat was my last pick of the draft. That's one thing I do remember, because I knew no one would go for Volbeat. Volbeat can also be a weather setter, such for the Sunny Day. I believe it can set Rain Dance too. I'm not sure about Sandstorm, but I don't see me using Sandstorm, even though I have a few Pokemon that can use it. Volbeat, we had a preseason before season 7, and I think Volbeat lived on like 3 HP or something like that, and it Baton Passed to another Pokemon to get me the win. It was such an amazing thing. I therefore nicknamed Volbeat Destiny's Child, because it's a survivor. If you don't get that joke, Google Destiny's Child's Survivor. It's a song. Next up, we have Dragonite, another OG Gen 1 Pokemon. You guys saw me use it in the last battle. That one was Choice Bandit. Dragonite has the ability to do various things. It can be bulky, it can be special, it can be physical. I've seen some people run it mixed. There's so many things you can do with Dragonite. It's one of those Pokemon that's self-explanatory. I think Dragonite was like my second or third pickup. It's, I have some priority, but that's one of my most reliable priority moves, and Dragonite is Extreme Speed. So I made sure I picked that up. See, next up we have Regirock. Regirock has been on my team since I joined Pixel Dream League, and I joined in Season 6. So 6, 7, and 8, Regirock has been on my team. Just because it's such a fun Pokemon to use, although in certain times it is situational. I've had fun with Regirock over the seasons. At one point, I used Rock Polish, Weakness Policy, and killed Salamence, who had been destroying the league, and I think that was Season 6. I had Ice Punch. I knew Salamence was going to use Earthquake, so I was like, well, I'm just going to Rock Polish. So I got the Rock Polish up, got the Weakness Policy, and killed it with an Ice Punch. It was just something that was for fun, because going into that battle, I knew I had no chance of winning, because I didn't have a way to beat my opponent's defensive core at the time. Last but not least is Mamoswine. I brought Mamoswine to the first battle. Didn't get to showcase it, but it's fine. Mamoswine can be a stealth rocker, can be all-out physical presence. It also has access to the name of this move is escaping my memory, but it's the special ice attack that damages water types. Freeze Dry is the name of the move I'm thinking of. It's a great Pokemon because, Pokemon like Slowbro is thinking it's going to switch in on Mamoswine, but in return, it's going to take a Freeze Dry. Mamoswine has pretty good speed. It's base 80. So, you can get up your Stealth Rocks in the beginning of the battle. You can hit something really hard. It's just fun. There you have it, guys. That's my team, the Hillsborough Honedge. Right now, we're 1-0 in the season, and we're looking to go ahead and repeat as champions of this league. Guys, hit that thumbs up button, show your support for me, subscribe, share with your friends, have them show their support. You guys even log on to Cerebi and show your support there. Let them know you're rooting for the Honedge. Alright, this is Lynx Forte. I'm out. Later.